Hello everybody, my name is Slavomira Harcegova. You are watching Ars Vivendi by Slavomira. In today's episode, we will talk about 10 types of happiness. We were talking with last episode with Martin Heiduk. He is the happiness strategist about 10 types of happiness. If you didn't watch this episode, so make sure to watch it to know what is it about, and make sure to download PDF with 10 kinds of happiness. And today we will talk more about it. In today's episode, we will talk with Martin Heiduk again about how you can score yourself in your level of happiness and what can you do to improve your scores.
Hello, Slavomira. Thank you for
Hello,
the.
Martin. Welcome in today's episode. I'm so happy to have you here again. So let's talk about these 10 types of happiness.
Great. Thank you so much for the opportunity. 10 types of happiness. Actually, there are 10 happiness areas, and
Yeah.
they are actually made up of cosmic principles. And they are actually 1 plus 9, and this 9 is a 3 times 3 matrix, actually. So the first area of happiness is you and yourself. So it's actually about your self-love. How do you, as the abundant divine awareness that you really are relating to your human nature, which is nothing but yourself? How do you relate it, basically? So this is the fundamental relationship that governs all the other relationships that you are having. The relationships that you have to other individuals, other human beings, things, object, living beings, so whatever. Actually, it's very, very important that you have a profound relationship to yourself, that you really love yourself, that you're not hating yourself, that you're loving yourself. Because this relationship reveals actually if you view the world that is around you, the three-dimensional world we are all in, actually, as a friendly world or as a hostile world. Because you can choose. It's very extraordinary. You can choose if it's a hostile world or a friendly world. Even if you're threatened, for instance, as in the circumstances now, you're not threatened by death, because when you choose that this world is a friendly world, you're producing everything that is needed to survive. And more is possible, because not only you're surviving, you can live your life to the fullest that ever is possible. So this is the very first happiness area. It's you and yourself, which is nothing but your self-love. The second and the following 9 happiness areas, there are various aspects of your life. And I've actually subdivided them in 3 spheres, the happiness spheres: your individual sphere, your social sphere, and your cosmic sphere. And these are happiness spheres, actually. Now, let's start actually with the first happiness sphere, which is your individual sphere. And this individual sphere is nothing but your health life. So you want to live your life, you want to survive, you want to be fit, you want to be happy, actually. You want to be healthy. So what are you doing to improve your health? What is your nutrition? What do you eat? Because you probably know the sentence, you are what you eat. And in several languages, for instance, like the German language, which is my mother tongue, these 2 words, eating and being, are very the same. I give an example. In German, eating means essen, and being means I am, means sein, which is very, very similar. Du bist, was du isst. Bist, ist. It's a play of words, actually, in my language, in German. So your nutrition actually determines for 90% how you look like. if you're having too much weight, or if you're having your shape right that is needed actually, or even less, too less. And then of course there is something additional, very important, that you exercise your body, because if you neglect it, you will see what happens. So this is the second area. And the third area that exists is nothing but your adventure life. We are here on this planet not only to do a 9-to-5 job and to do the rat race and to the hamster wheel all the time. We are here actually to experience something. Now, how extraordinary is your life? Do you really live your dream life? Are you always trying something new? Or are you really enjoying something that you already have? But it is very important that you are living the life you want to live in an adventurous way. That's the third aspect. That's your adventure life. The fourth aspect of life in this case is your work life. In this case, work, I do not mean merely just laboring, where you are earning money. It's actually something where you are creating. You came to this world. When you were born, you were a creator. You weren't a victim. You were a creator. And look what children love to do. They love to express themselves. They like to create something. They like to do it playfully. And they want to also achieve results. And guess what happens when children are achieving results? They are so joyful. They are so fascinating. They are so happy. They have the attitude, I can do it. And just to regain this attitude, can do, this attitude to can do, that you can do everything. This is the aspect of your work life, that you can tap into your own flow and simply implement something that you just thought of, not just alone, but also with others. This is real and pure fascination. These three aspects, the health life, the adventure life, and the work life. These three are the individual areas of your happiness, of your life. Now, let's move on actually to the three social aspects or three areas of your life. And they start out actually with your intimate life. Intimacy basically is not just about sex. It is about being authentic, about being true. Because when you are true to somebody, when you do not have to wear a mask, where you can really be yourself, where you can fully express yourself, this is really something where you can radiate yourself, where you do not have to limit yourself. And this can be a sexual partnership, yes, but it does not need to be a sexual partnership. This also can be a very intimate friend, for instance. Of course, when you're sharing intimacy, this always involves something which is more than friendship. When you're dealing with these relationships, it's very important actually that you have good intimate relationships, because then you live your ecstasy in sexual ways and in non-sexual ways. There are various forms actually. So this is the, I think now, fifth part of the happiness areas, which is your intimate life. Then let's go to the next social area of your life, which is your family life. It might be the family actually that you were born into, or it might be the family that you have founded. Both of them are families. Or even you might not find yourself in a family, but you are living in some sort of a household. Even this can be regarded in some circumstances actually as a family. And it's very important that you are happy with these peoples, probably because you see them every day. So you're living with these people. Therefore, in the flat, the central room is called the living room. Why? Because your living happens in this room. So you're sharing your life with these people. This is the time where you're relaxing, where you are yourself, not as much as in the intimate part, but on an everyday basis. And it's very important actually that you're happy in this area. And now let's go into the third area of happiness area, which is your social life. This includes everything. This includes your friends. This includes your classmates. This includes your co-employees at work. This includes other fellow people in networks or at events or whatsoever. So, for instance, as an entrepreneur, you like to network. You like to get to know other entrepreneurs because you want to know, can we have some sort of a venture? Can we start some sort of a project? Can we do something together? Can we foster each other? Can we do business together? And you probably are eager to get to know such people. This is this kind of happiness area, and it's very important actually to mingle with other people, to socialize, because we as human beings are not only individuals which stay on in themselves. Actually, we want to spread with other people, or as the Greeks say, we are a zoon politikon. We are a communal or communal beings. Actually, we are social beings. We want to be with others. So, and this gives you, when you are actually in interchange with other people, you love it. You can express your life to the fullest, actually. And then we'll start actually into the last 3 months, which 7, 8, 9, and 10 actually, which are the cosmic realm, which is the cosmic sphere. And this cosmic sphere starts out actually with your spirituality. Spirituality can be simply, what's my life's purpose? It can be simply, how do I transcend my own life? What am I living for? What is my mindset, for instance? And cultivating your mindset is very important. Not just to think, well, I'm just a material piece of meat. You're something more. You are actually in a whole cosmic order, which the Greek call cosmos. Cosmos means nothing in Greek but order. And when you grasp yourself that you are living for something higher, for something bigger, you find yourself accelerated, levitated. You find a certain power in you, because you find you're striving not just for your own purpose or for some nice idea, but you're part of something bigger, and you know it, and you're fascinated by it. And really to cultivate your spirituality and to be and to live for something bigger, for something higher, it's extraordinary. And let's come to the second part of the cosmic principles, and this is your contribution life. You came into this world actually not just to gain something, to get something. You came actually more into this world to give something. Because let's think about it. When you have the ability to dedicate yourself, to give yourself to something, how do you naturally react? You usually are going out of yourself. You are ecstatical, which means you're standing out. Out. Stasis means to stand, actually. When you are ecstatical, you're giving yourself. How do you feel? Well, ecstatical, which is a high form of fascination, a high form actually of bliss. And this also involves, for instance, the financial aspect, because when you are contributing, it's all about energy. And in this case, it's about financial energy. And the financial energy we usually call money. It's actually standardized, and we have several forms of these standards, and they're called currencies. Well, that's money, nothing but that. It's just, and money is nothing but an idea. And if you do not believe in it, it's worthless, because you do not attach any value to it. So all of the values that you have are very important, because they relate to something, how people are sharing something. And this is about how people are contributing. And you love to receive, yes, you do. You're feeling happy when you receive something, but you also are very happy, and there really happiness unfolds where you can give something, because you gave not only something, you gave you, and you gave yourself. And now let's talk about the 10th happiness area, and this is your vision life. Because we already talked in the last series actually about your life's work, and this is something where you grasp what you are destined to do. What is your vision of life, which is nothing but the imagery, materialization of your life's work. And when you live this, if you have gained, this is what I'm living for, this is my life's purpose. When you know this and you align all the actions you do to this purpose, suddenly your work gets efficient and effective. And suddenly you streamline your life and you find that you are moving from success to success. Why? You cannot help but succeed. Why? Because succeed means to follow after. You're causing something and you're having an effect. Cause, effect, cause, effect. So it's always a change of cause and effect. And when something effects, is nothing as it's following. And this is called in Latin succedere. Cedere means to move, to walk. Suc means under. But in this case, they have different kind of language logic, actually. And when you are intending something and you're doing the proper actions, well, guess what happens? Suddenly your actions are implemented. So your thoughts are implemented. They're facts. They're real implementations. And these are nothing but results, nothing but successes. And we were already talking about the second aspect of happiness, and this is your success happiness. So you're walking from success to success. And how does then your happiness life work out? You're probably happy to the fullest. And then happiness is nothing but bliss. Well, you're not always in the bliss state, be clear about it. But your bliss moments would be more on a frequent basis, actually. And when you have your vision life cleared out, you always have some sort of a north star, like a polar star, actually, where you can align. Well, the polar star is there. When I'm moving there, am I walking towards the polar star, or am I walking away from it? And since you always have this clear focus, you know exactly what you're living for. How does this sound to you?
Yes, yes, I think that it could be a little bit overwhelming now to think about all these 10 areas. So what if someone scored himself and now he can see, oh my God, I don't feel good in maybe 5 areas, and now what to do, where to start, what should I do? Or where to start?
Actually, the people, we help the people actually just to identify their beliefs in all of these areas. We give them examples. And this is the very first step. In every area, you just take one area after the other. And when you've cleared one area, then you're moving to the next one. So in every area, actually, we start out by what are your beliefs? Because this is the journey where you are starting from your positive beliefs as well as your negative beliefs, especially your negative beliefs. Why? Because your negative beliefs are sabotaging you and preventing you from moving further. You want to protect yourself, moving out of your comfort zone, of this zone where you're familiar with. You want to get out of the zone you're currently in, which is your comfort zone. So, and once you identified your beliefs, your negative beliefs, which prevent you, you move on to what do I dream? What do I really want? You just position yourself. How could it be if you don't have any limits? No limits of money, no limits of time, so whatever. And when you start dreaming, you suddenly experience that you give your heart the ability to speak. You stop your mind or your head, stop speaking or babbling all the time. Just give yourself the time. Just give your heart the room, the space, just to express itself, and write it down. It might not be systematic, it might be awkward, whatever. You might find something new. It's all okay. But just be clear for one thing. Okay, this is my current snapshot of happiness or of dreaming, of vision in my life, actually. And when you've clarified, where do I start? Where do you want to go? You can say, well, which measurements can I take to get there? And these measurements are nothing but aims, nothing but goals, which you can implement. And when you are moving through all of the 10 areas, you also always can review the previous aims and see if they contradict each other. And if they contradict each other, go and correct them, because this is what we usually do. We're having aims which contradict each other. You want to spend more time with your family and you want to spend more time in your business. Well, the day has 24 hours and you need time for sleep. What do you do? Good question. So just to think about that and just to get clear about it. And when you are not overwhelmed in taking all 10 areas at once, only focus on one. Because I had a client, we had a member actually who did all 10 of them in parallel, and she got weird. She told me, Martin, I'm so confused. I said, did you open up all 10 of them? Yes. No. One by the other. Because otherwise it's overwhelming.
Yes. So what I would choose where to start at first. So I should think about what's my biggest problem, or what?
It starts actually with your self-love. These 10 are exactly the sequence that you're starting off, and they're actually this sequence is how do you say it in English? It's pedagogical actually. So it really guides you in a pedagogic, in a very psychological way, actually, from one step to the other. For instance, when you start with your self-love, what's the next step? Your health. Okay, great. I'm healthy. Okay, I love myself. Great. I'm healthy. Okay, great. What's the next thing? You want to experience your life as an adventure, for instance. Yeah, I'm not going through all of them. Okay, great. My life is an adventure. How do I implement it? How do you work it? How do you create it? You see, suddenly, my individual realm, my individual sphere is full. It's brilliant. How do I go next? With which people do I start? With your intimate people. That's very clear, isn't it? Well, you've covered your intimate people. What's the next one? Your family, and so on. You see, it has an order.
Yes. So to start with this order.
Yep.
Okay. That's great. Would you like to share something at the end of our interview with people? What could help them be more happy in their life?
I think very important is simply to relax into your I am zone. So whenever you have the possibility, just do not pick up your phone and look at it and stare at it and be hypnotized, or at the TV or whatever. Just be. And not to be in your head, to be in your mind, but just to be in you. Just know that you are awaiting the clarity that you are enough. It might seem dull at the very first moment. It's just banal, it's boring, it's
Yeah, where is my phone?
Yes, because do you know why we do this all the time? May I be clear about it? I think because we are addicted. And we're not addicted to our phones. This is just an expression. We are addicted to our thoughts, which is much more subtle and which is much more massive. And when you stop being addicted to your thoughts and simply are, yes, you can observe. You need not observe. Simply be. So let it be. Let you be. In English, you have this language like it. Just let it be. Let you be. That's all. Nothing but that. And when you relax into your I am zone, there might be at some point this, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You might experience this, but do not seek this experience. Just encounter it. And when it's gone, okay, it's gone. It can come back again. It does not need to come back again, but it can come back again. And when you try to live this more and more and cultivate this every moment, every spare moment that you have in your life, and there are so many spare moments. For instance, you're waiting for the bus. What do? Hypnotizing. No, sorry, I forgot. I just wanted to go into my M zone. Yeah, where's my M zone? I'm right there. Okay, you're waiting for the tube. You can do it. You're traveling in the tube. You can do it. You might be flying off for holiday, and the children are not quarreling. Great. What can you do? Going into your I am zone. You can just be at home at the end of the day, perhaps with your beloved one, and you're just lying in each other's arms. What do? Just to be. Not to think, just to be. Because what do you do when you are in love? You just want to be with the other one. Touching, feeling, yeah, that's nice, but this is not the main aspect. The main aspect as simply is when you are in love, you want to be with the other one, just to be. And you can do the same thing, just to be with you and yourself. Again, this is the primarily or the main or the basic relationship that you have.
Yes, that's great. Thank you very much, Martin. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more interviews like this. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.